I am the Big Dumb Millennial, and this week I had Luke ask me a question, and he asked, I'd like to know a little more about the next step in this process, specifically closing costs. Once you've been approved for a loan, once you've found the house, what all goes in the final stages. And so today, I kind of quickly go over buying a house all the way to the final documentation. A lot of the stuff we go more in depth into, and we will, but I just wanted to give you a broad overview of it. So I am the Big Dumb Millennial, and welcome to my show.
Once upon a time, there was a dumb millennial.
I am the Big Dumb Millennial, and these last couple weeks have been very interesting, and I have been waiting day in and day out to get that email that has my certificate in it saying that I am a real estate agent. So, just making everybody aware, I am not a real estate agent yet. I'm not a financial advisor, and anything that I tell you right now is purely my opinion. And so please be aware of that, but let's jump right on into it. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about some of the basic things that people should know going in and buying a house. This week, I had Luke who brought up the question, I'd like to know a little more about the next step in this process, specifically closing costs. Once you've been approved for a loan, once you've found the house, what all goes into the final stages? And so, Luke, this episode's for you. And so, the first thing that I want to talk about is, okay, cool. You found a house that you like. Neato Cabito, looks super cute, you're super stoked on it. And they're putting it out for $250,000. That's what the listed price is. And you're like, nah, dog, I want to list it. I want to make an offer for $230,000. How much you should be willing to offer should kind of be contingent on, I guess, what your overall strategy is for bidding and stuff like that. Because if you have a house on the market for, 200 days or whatever, it's probably worth it to put about any offer in there. I wouldn't say half, but you have a little bit more leniency on being able to put out the bid that you want to put out. Not a bid, but an offer. But if a house has been on the market for 2 days and it's a cheap house, and it's a really good price that you're willing to pay, I wouldn't try to undercut them too much. It's just not going to be worth it because a lot of other people are probably going to be bidding on that or putting an offer in for that house. Just something to be aware of. But cool beans, neato. So you found a house, you've got a plan for how much you're willing to pay for it, and on top of that, you have a real estate agent that you trust. That is a key piece of it. Make sure that you have a real estate agent that you trust completely. Okay. So you say, real estate agent lady, I want to put an offer on this $250,000 house for $235,000. Awesome. She says, Neato Cabito. And so as we jump into it, oh, there's the question right there. What they're going to end up doing, and I would do this. I would go to Google, type in Utah real estate purchase contract, go to this right here. It's free to see, and it's a pretty standard document in Utah from what I know. But once you click on it, here you go, real estate purchase contract. And so you kind of see some of the basic dates. On this day, on blah, 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 the buyer offers to buy from the seller, so on and such forth. And you're going to see a whole bunch of little stuff like this. Earnest money deposit, new loan, seller financing, balance purchase price, and cash settlement. Stuff like that. I mean, you keep going down. It lists everything. It also lists all of the brokers and all of the agents that are involved in this, because there's going to be a seller agent, a seller broker, a buyer agent, a buyer broker. And most of the time, typically, that's going to be two separate brokerages. It's just something to be aware of. But, so you make an offer. So up here at the top, and I'm not 100% sure if this is the exact document that they use, but I assume that it is. And even if it isn't, it's all good to be aware of the same stuff. Because what they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, we offer $250,000 for the house. They're going to give you all this other information, loans, earnest money. This is their offer. This is what they're saying on this date. When are we going to close? What is the plan for the earnest money deposit? Do you have a loan or is it seller financing? Are you paying outright? Everything like that. And here at the bottom, what you'll see, geez Louise, you're going to see an acceptance to offer. You're going to see a counter offer and a rejection. You will not see this documentation most likely until the end of the process, once they accept the offer. But something to be very aware of. So you offer $235,000 for a house, and they submit a counteroffer. The second that they submit that counteroffer, this contract is void and it's been rejected in a way, and now the new contract is the one that you guys are working on. That's kind of a basic dumb point, but something to be very aware of. Once a counteroffer is submitted, this contract is done and gone, and the new contract is the one that is active. And so you can darn near treat this contract as being rejected and then a new contract being created for the counteroffer. But so you go back and forth. You're like, okay, $235,000. The guy says, no, I want $245,000. You go back and forth, and you go down to $240,000. Awesome. They accept your offer. You're excited. They're excited. Everybody's stoked about it. And you found out a couple of these basic subjects. Seller disclosure deadline, due diligence deadline, financing and appraisal deadline, settlement deadline. We could go in depth on literally every one of those subjects, but I'm just going to kind of try to speed by and show you the whole closing process from the way that I understand it right now at this moment. But okay, cool. So you've closed, you've got a bunch of information. Now, and these are going to be some things you talk about your agent with. You always do a home inspection. I've never met an agent that's going to be like, no, you don't need to do a home inspection because that'd be crazy. But you're going to have a home inspection, you're going to get your loan verified, and then this gives you a little bit of time to get together and figure everything out. You also are going to choose a title company that you're going with. Most of the time, your real estate agent's going to be somebody that says, hey, this is a great title company. Most of the time, they'll give you 3 title companies, so it doesn't look like they're preferencing somebody or something like that. But you've chosen a title company, you've set up everything in your offer, and you're going and you're buying a house, and you've started getting a home inspection. A random piece of advice that I've heard is, so home inspection only is a warranty for that inspection for the amount that the inspection cost. As weird as that sounds, you're having somebody come and look at your house, but it's not necessarily giving you a warranty. It gives you a warranty up to, if they're wrong, the amount of money that you spend on it, but it's somebody who's a little bit of a professional at a lot of stuff, and a lot of the things that they say, they're going to notice as much stuff as they can, but they're not a plumber, they're not an electrician, that's not their professional trade. And so something that's worth thinking about is actually bringing in a plumber to look at the plumbing in the house, actually bringing in an electrician to look at the electrical stuff in the house. It's going to be more expensive. I think it's going to add $500 or something for both of them or whatever, but realize that that's an option, that as much as a home inspector is going to find some stuff, it might be worth, especially if it's an older house, having somebody who's a professional in their field come and look at the house specifically for that stuff. So, okay, cool. Try to keep speeding along here. We've got the contract through. You've got your home inspection. Your loan's been verified. You haven't done anything crazy like buying a $30,000 truck, and so you don't have to worry about your loan being double-checked later and failing. You've got your retaining money in there. You've chosen your title company, and you've gotten down and you're sitting down at the title company ready to sell or buy this house. That's where this comes into your Utah closing disclosure. This is a huge document that is incredibly useful. Both of those documents are available for anybody to see. So be aware of that. This isn't private information. Anybody can go look at these documents. Anybody can kind of look at this example right here because it's literally on the internet. And it's worth seeing because I didn't spend enough time reviewing this document the first time that I was looking at it. And so Luke, when you're buying a house, this is going to be one of your best friends because this shows you everything. So you get a loan. This is going to be your loan amount, your interest rate, your monthly principal and interest cost, blah, 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 blah. This is going to be where your closing costs are at, which are going to include the title company costs, which is going to include that home inspection. And there's going to be a whole lot of little pieces in it. But let's go down. Here. Other costs. So loan costs. 0.25 of loan amount, application fee, underwriting fee, appraisal fee, credit report, like all this stuff. I would go and look at the internet and look at this because this is going to show you a lot of the costs that come along with buying a house. Look, and here's a bunch of HOA fees. Another great thing just to be aware of. So the house that I live in, I don't have any HOA, so we wouldn't have had any of those HOA fees. But we probably had some different stuff, some city stuff or something like that. Cool. This right here is as well hugely useful. Here's the cash that's going to cost you to close. Loan estimate. I mean, I think the next episode we're probably going to go over exclusively this document because of how crazy useful it is. So, the last thing that I wanted to bring up is this right here. So, you have a total loan of, so you bought a house for $240,000 and you put 20% down, which is $48,000. So you $240,000 minus $48,000. That's going to give you a loan of $192,000. And $192,000, you're going to create all those costs for it. Go to your loan calculator. You're going to have a good idea of how much that's going to cost each month. And then you're going to figure out the escrow, which is your taxes and stuff like that. But specifically on the mortgage, specifically on the loan, this is going to show you how much this is going to cost at the end of it. So, you're getting whatever your amount financed is $162,000 according to this contract. In the end, it's going to cost you $285,000 or $118,000 of pure interest paid if it takes you 30 years to pay off that loan. This is eye-opening. It's something to be just incredibly aware of, is the high cost it is if you keep a 30-year loan. But this kind of shows you the breakdown of all those costs. Next week, we'll try to go on this document a little bit more, but I think that this gives you a good basic idea of the closing process in a 10-minute video. I hope this helped you out, and I hope that you literally go into Google and you can type in Utah real estate purchase contract, and you go and click on this one. If something tries to charge you to go find this document, you don't have to do that. These documents are free to go view. And you can review this. This is the standard one that Utah uses. And then the same thing for a closing disclosure. You can just go to the internet machine and type in Utah closing disclosure. And then here's this right here. Closing disclosure, consumer financial protection. This is required by the government, and you are required to see this. And both of these documents, you are going to have to sign. So just be aware of that. Those are a couple more of the documents. Thanks for watching my video. Let me know what else you're wondering. I think next week I'm going to go into this closing document a little bit more. If there's something specific that you do want me to look at, just let me know, holler at me. If you thought this video was useful, like and subscribe and comment. If you didn't think this video is useful, dislike, comment, say that you thought it was dumb, and let me know why. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a great day.
Once upon a time, there was a dumb millennial. All he wanted to do was learn some stuff so he could grow. But we all know that it just ain't so. 'Cause he's dumb because he's a millennial. Yeah. Dumb millennial. Oh yeah, he's a dumb millennial. Yeah.